Live from Superior Livestock Auction, it's another Superior Sunrise. For the next half hour, catch up on the latest Superior news, market analysis, and important trends in the cattle industry. Now, here's your host, Beth Bryan.
Good morning and welcome to Superior Sunrise. I'm Beth Bryan, and I'm glad you joined us this morning. We're live from Loveland, Colorado for day one of our Week in the Rockies offering. We've got a great show for you, full of wonderful guests. Starting off with world champion auctioneer Charlie Cummings to look at the market, and ending the show with world champion auctioneer Ralph Way to preview what we have on today's auction. So grab that cup of coffee and don't go anywhere. It's time for another Superior Sunrise.
Hello, and welcome to Superior's Week in the Rockies, located in Loveland, Colorado. I'm Nolan Woodruff, Commercial Marketing Specialist for the Red Angus Association of America. We're proud to be the primary sponsor for the 2019 Superior Summer Video Sales. Superior Video Auctions have grown into the beef industry's largest offering of feeder cattle, yearlings, and replacement females. This week, commercial cattlemen will offer some of the highest quality calves available in the industry, and the Red Angus Association is proud to partner with Superior in bringing these cattle to market. Pay special attention to the cattle enrolled in the Red Angus Feeder Calf Certification Program. Calves wearing the yellow FCCP tag are guaranteed to be at least 50% Red Angus in their genetic makeup and are also backed with age and source verification to the ranch of origin. The FCCP program provides access to two special grids through Tyson Fresh Meats and Greater Omaha Packing. Additionally, take note of the calves enrolled in the Red Angus Allied Access Program. This added value program provides age and source verification for cattlemen utilizing a planned crossbreeding program. The Red Angus Association appreciates commercial cattlemen utilizing Red Angus genetics in their breeding programs. Red Angus sired calves convert feed efficiently while delivering high-quality grades on the rail. In addition to feeding and carcass advantages the breed has to offer, Red Angus females help boost the rancher's bottom line through their added maternal ability, longevity, and docility. Red Angus replacement heifers have been identified as the beef industry's most favored female through third-party research, which shows that Red Angus heifer calves garner a $4.85 per hundredweight advantage over heifers sired by any other breed. University-backed research has verified what many cattlemen already recognized. There's real value when you identify Red Angus calves in the marketplace. Superior video auction data shows that on average, FCCP-tagged calves capture a $2.98 per hundredweight premium compared to Red Angus calves not enrolled in the program. The FCC program is affordable with no enrollment fee and only 99 cents per tag, yet returns tremendous premiums for commercial cattlemen. If you're using Red Angus bulls but have not yet enrolled in FCCP, now's the time. Watch for calves enrolled in FCCP this week in Loveland and notice the high demand from many feeders across the nation. Red Angus would like to thank the crew at Superior Livestock Auction for working with producers across the country to bring quality cattle to market. We would also like to thank the ranchers and cattle feeders who make this event possible. Sponsoring summer video auctions is just one example of Red Angus's commitment to commercial cattlemen in delivering added value options and exceptional market access. For more information on the Red Angus breed or our marketing programs, visit redangus.org. Thank you for joining us during this series of Superior Summer Video Sales and marketing your cattle the Superior way.
Welcome back to Superior Sunrise. Now joining me is world champion auctioneer Charlie Cummings. Charlie, you know, this is the great time of year where every time I see you, we're in a different state.
That's exactly right. My goodness, right here, Week in the Rockies already.
Well, it's hard to believe, and you know, we were talking earlier before we came on. You know, everybody got in yesterday. We got moved in. We all kind of got to go out and explore a little bit, had a little bit of fun. You guys went golfing. A crew of us, we went bowling, tried our hands at bowling. So we got to experience some of the Colorado hospitality.
Exactly right. I mean, tons and tons of things to do right here in Loveland, Colorado. And, man, what a beautiful spot to be. And 3 or 4 great golf courses, lots of venues to take the kids to, and family fun and things of that. And it's like the July 4th is not going to end.
Well, I'm still wearing my July 4th outfit. I'm still holding on. Everybody's coming off of a great holiday weekend. Always hard to get started back on a Monday. But, we're excited to be here. The room's starting to fill up. We've got these reps on the phone. We've got consigners coming in. We're looking forward to a great week. 5 great days of offering over 200,000 head of cattle right here in Loveland.
We are, and I tell you what, it's going to be super exciting. And, you look at this room starting to fill up this morning. Everybody gathered down here bright and early, and a lot of buyers coming in ringside. So we're always happy to see those guys each and every time at the Week in the Rockies this time of year. So that's really exciting. And, we're looking forward to a great market.
Well, speaking of the market, everybody definitely is, there's lots of anticipation always for this sale. It's one of our biggest offerings. But, I think there's maybe a little bit more of anticipation. We had a week off, and so we had a great week off, right? And so now we're kind of looking forward to, what do we have to look forward to from the auction today?
Yeah, we look at that week off, and, from Superior Livestock at least, and, we see the CME being closed there on Thursday last week, and then Friday, pop, here it comes, and, we're up $1.50 to $1.70 in the live cattle, which is exciting, and then we go to the August feeder cattle, and we're up $2.25, so that's really exciting to see that carry over into this morning. It is open, and I haven't had a chance to look at it here on the open, but we're looking at that being very exciting. And we look at this week's offering, and like you say, a lot of anticipation and a lot of anxiety build up to see what these late delivery calves here in the fall are going to bring. But there's a lot of yearlings out there through the Flint Hills and through the Osage and a lot of different parts that have not been offered yet. We're going to see a lot of them offered today and tomorrow as well. So it's going to be exciting. I think we can look for a great market.
Well, great market, great test of the market, and we're excited to be here. But you know what? I think it's going to be a great week. 2 reasons. The first reason is Sherry Wharton told me yesterday she played a great game of golf, so she knew it was going to be a great week. And then Reste Cordova is back with us. So, those are two good luck charms right there. We know it's going to be a great week.
That's exactly right. I kind of surprised to see Reste Cordova here ringside with us. And, man, it looks great, and things are going great on that side of it. So that's always exciting when it comes to Superior family. And, and like we mentioned time and time again, so many of our great customers come out and be ringside with us. We're going to have 5 great days of auction and 5 great days of offering, but as well as a lot of networking be done and then a lot of great things happening right here ringside.
Well, great that you bring that up. A lot of networking. We've got a lot of industry partners that are coming in, that are here. We've got, the brush office has set up some BQA training seminars that some of our consigners, staff, anybody really can take advantage of. So we've got a lot of great opportunities here. So aside from being in the auction room and getting to watch these consigners sell, there's lots going on.
There is. I tell you what, I walked down the hallway just coming in this morning and talked to a couple different people and talked to Merck Animal Health and talking about some vaccinations that a customer had a question on and things of that. So that's exciting to be able to do as well. But, the auction method of marketing is going to be put to true test right here at Superior, and we're excited for it.
We are very excited. I can't let you get away because we always have to talk about deadlines. And you know what? Video Royale is going to sneak up on us, but that deadline is coming up on Saturday the 13th, so right after this week. So make sure to pay attention to the homepage. Pay attention. And I'm sure we'll mention that again in the next 4 days that we have Sunrise, so we'll have ample opportunity to be able to plug that. Well, Charlie, I appreciate you being on this morning. I know how busy you are. Don't go anywhere. When we return, we'll have world champion auctioneer John Corey.
If you're in the stocker business, you know healthier, faster-growing cattle mean less treatment costs, happier customers, and stronger bids on sale day. Exceptional care and good nutrition are the keys to healthy, profitable cattle, and the Gain Smart Stocker program provides you all the tools you need to minimize stress at receiving, stimulate appetite quickly, and create efficient gains on forage or feed. Plus, feeding Gain Smart makes your cattle eligible for Superior's first-ever value-added nutrition program. Learn more about Gain Smart Stocker program and find a dealer near you at gainsmart.com.
We want a trust relationship with our customers. We want them to know that we care about them, that our products work, and we'll stand behind them.
To come back and purchase, to bid and buy their customers' cattle, they're very, very dedicated to a customer's product, and I think that creates a lot of longevity.
98, that's 63,000. Thank you.
Welcome back to Superior Sunrise. Now joining me is world champion auctioneer John Corey. John, thank you very much for being on this morning.
Oh, my pleasure. Glad to be here.
Well, John, I always say whenever we see you, it means we're at an away sale, we're on the road. So glad to see you here in Colorado today.
You bet. I love to help Superior on their summer runs here in Denver, Colorado, the Rockies sale, and of course I helped last year, and what a great time we've had.
We've had a great time. And, for people that maybe live under a rock and don't know John Corey, why don't you give us a little bit of history, how you got involved in the industry, and a little bit about John Corey?
Well, I live in the northeastern part of Colorado. I've never moved. I still live on the same farm and ranch I was born at. Always wanted to be an auctioneer from when I was a little guy, and kind of followed my dreams. I've been very blessed to be in the occupation I love, because I work with so many great people in the livestock industry and in the auction industry in general. And what a great group to work with, and I just love what I do.
Well, what a great point. I enjoy working in the industry and being able to work in the industry. And so to be able to find that facet and work in the industry and be a part of it, it's got to be very rewarding.
Oh, definitely so. When you can help someone with their merchandise that they've worked their whole life or their whole year to do, and if you can make a difference in their lives, I find that very rewarding. My dad always said, give 110%. Get a little more than what you have to do and help somebody out. And so I feel very fortunate that I'm in this industry.
Well, one of the things that we always talk about here at Superior with the reps is working for those consigners, and, they have that opportunity to go work for them, and like you said, bringing that one paycheck a year. But, from the auctioneer and from the block, what does that mean to you to be able to do that and to help and give back?
With Superior, it's such a unique family, and it's basically a family, because when you walk in, you're part of the group, and it all starts with the rep and the customers, and then of course you have the Superior running the whole show, but you need the buyers, and to communicate with the seller, the buyer, the reps, and which we have the very best reps in the country and the very best buyers in the country, and the livestock is just becoming unreal as far as all the added programs that we're doing. And so it's work, but it's fun to merchandise cattle and realize the most for them.
Well, and speaking of those value-added programs, and there's been a lot of changes over in the industry over the years, and I think that's one of the things the last several years we've seen. We continue to see the VAC programs were introduced, and since then there's been more value-added programs and more for those consigners to do, and it really does make a difference, doesn't it?
It does. It really does. It shows every sale the producer that goes the extra mile to add value to his livestock or to their livestock. It makes a huge difference, and it's showing. And I think we're seeing that more and more involvement with that program. We can't really. The market's the market, so we need to realize to try to get the most money for that market and do it in a professional way to keep the buyer and the seller and everyone on the same playing field.
Well, John Corey, thank you very much for being on this morning. I know that you're very busy. You've got 5 long days, lots of great cattle that we're going to offer, and get to see that testimony all week long. We talk about the Superior family. I know that your daughter's coming in, and I always joke with you. We always get great pictures from your daughter of your grandson wearing that Superior gear, so we enjoy getting those photos, so make sure she keeps sending them in. John Corey, thank you very much for being on this morning. When we return, Superior Livestock representatives Mike and Austin Boehinger.
The elements can be relentless. Make sure they have respiratory protection to match.
If you're looking for livestock equipment, whether it be permanent or portable, call Ackerman Distributing at 1-800-726-9091. They are #1 in the nation with portable wheel corrals. Also handle portable tubs and portable alleys, double alleys, loading chutes, manual chutes, hydraulic chutes. AckermanDistributing.com. 1-800-726-9091.
Welcome back to Superior Sunrise. Now joining me is father and son rep duo, Mike and Austin Boehinger. Thank you both very much for being on this morning. We're kind of in your neck of the woods, aren't we, up here in beautiful Colorado?
Actually, about a little over an hour from the ranch. So, yeah, it wasn't a bad drive for us this time.
Well, it was beautiful coming in. We got to see the mountain coming in. And so, and being a Texas girl, we sure enjoyed the nice, cool evening that we had last night. Got to see a little bit of lightning in the sky. And so happy to be here up here in the cooler weather. So thank you for sharing it with us.
Well, we're always glad to have you up here. So,
well, thank you, Mike. Well, for people at home that don't know Mike, why don't you give us a little bit of your history and how you got started as a rep and with Superior Livestock?
Well, like we said at one time, I started with Jim Odell when I was 14. My dad always took me to sell when I was little, and I started with Jim Odell when he built the sale barn there at home, so 14 years old. And then when I graduated college, I went to work for National, which now owns Superior, so I've kind of made the complete circle. And I started bringing Austin when he was just a little guy to Steamboat. That was a father and son week that we always got to have. So he's graduated college this year with honors, I might add. So he got his brains from his mom, not me. So I brought him in. He's helping on the ranch. We have a ranch out an hour from here, northeastern Colorado. And Austin's helping me there and repping some cattle. He had a couple of his first-time customers on this year. And so I'm bringing him in, and he's worked the phones here and just kind of done it all for us. So.
Well, we talk all the time about the Superior family, and the Superior family, not only is, we're a tight-knit family from consigners to reps, and, it's great to be able to grow up and be a part of that. Austin, do you want to talk about, growing up and watching your dad and now being involved and being a part of it yourself?
Yeah, it's just been ever since I could, since I was old enough to go with him on trips, I have been, and just being with him on deliveries and helping him out as best I can and learning everything from him because he's one of the best to do it. So it's been really fun, and I'm really lucky to be a part of the Superior family.
Well, we always talk about, being able to work in the industry you enjoy, but not only that, then being able to, to work with your family. And, what a great opportunity that Superior Livestock provides to our reps. And, there's a lot of father and son duos, father, son, and grandson trios that are involved. And so what a great legacy to be able to grow up and be involved in and be able to still work at the ranch and then also be able to give back to the industry. Well, Mike, one of the things that I really admire about you is you're always lending a helping hand. You're always helping, talking about that Superior family. You're always helping your other reps. You're always helping the consigners. What does that mean to you to be able to help those reps? What really comes to mind is when you Council Bluff, you get up there and help Roger and are really helping things go on. Going back to that Superior family, what does that mean to you?
Well, it means everything. That's how I was brought up to do. Jim Odell really hammered it home when he hired me. He said, this is what I want you to do. You're good at it. Go do it. And that's how it all started. And that's where I get my adrenaline flowing, is helping people. And like I say, I've been in this over 20 years. And the Brody family, well, all these guys they're like my family. Yeah. It's just one of those deals I like doing. That's how I get my adrenaline rush, is helping people. So I love selling cattle high. So.
Well, that's what always a great time. Austin, you've been able to watch in your dad's footsteps and watch your dad sell cattle. What did it mean to you to be able to have a first-time consignor on, to be able to work for them like you've seen your dad work for so many of his consigners?
It's been something that I've been looking forward to for a couple years now, so it was nice that I finally had my name on my own set rather than just helping him, but I couldn't have done it without his help for sure. So
I made him do it all too. I made him do it.
Well, thank you both very much for being on this morning. I know you guys are busy. I know you got lots of consigners coming in and lots to tend to this week, so we appreciate you taking time out to be on Sunrise with us this morning.
Keep up the good work, young lady. You're doing an excellent job.
Thank you very much, Mike. Don't go anywhere. When we return, we'll have Superior Livestock Representative Clayton Ferguson.
The Superior Country Page is your 24/7 marketplace for buying and selling load-lock calves, feeders, breeding stock, and other cattle. Cattle ranchers like the Country Page because it's easy to use, and they get the jump on current market conditions by putting cattle in front of buyers right now. Cattle are ready for sale in minutes, so buyers can start bidding. Call or log on today to find out how the Superior Country Page can work for you.
I use an AI service to increase the genetic potential of my herd. We're using top-notch bulls. There's no way I could afford to go buy the bulls that I'm using now without AI. I knew Shane would be somebody that could get the job done and provide me with the help that I needed to do a project like this. I AI myself, but there's no way that I could do 250 head in a project by myself, so I relied on select sires to help me fill that gap.
Welcome back to Superior Sunrise. Now joining me is Superior Livestock Representative Clayton Ferguson. Clayton, thank you very much for being on this morning.
Thank you for having me, Beth. It's nice to see you this morning.
Well, Clayton, you know, I talked to Steve Anderson last time we had Sunrise there in Big Sky, not in Billings, in Fort Worth, but, you know, he kind of had a story similar to yours. You know, why don't you talk a little bit about your history in the industry?
I come from a second-generation stocker cattle operation in southwest Oklahoma. My dad, he's been running stockers for the better part of 35 years now, and ever since I was, probably 6 months old, I've been going to cattle sales, going to different sale barns with him, and it's really kind of grew a passion in me. It's been there since I was a small kid, to be honest with you, and ever since, you know, I was probably 5-6 years old, I always wanted to be a cattleman. Well, I started running cattle whenever I was 10 years old, about 10 head of Holstein steers out of Vernon Sale Barn up by the way myself. Took those 10 steers, and it kind of grew from there. Whenever I was 16, I started renting 160 acres of farm ground. Started running 2 loads of yearlings a year, and it just kind of took off from there. And I went to college when I graduated high school, went to Oklahoma State in Stillwater, animal science graduate in 2017, and with the plans to come home and run stocker cattle full time. Well, I get home for the first year and a half. It's going really great, and I kind of, you know, we've been running our cattle through Superior for a number of years now. Well, I thought it'd be a pretty good idea to see if I couldn't get something done Superior. We've run enough cattle through Superior, I can be a rep. That'd be something I'd be interested in. I love talking to people, and I love getting to travel. Well, Will Yeager, I met him 2 years ago in Breckenridge, and you can probably imagine how that was. It was over a pool game, by the way. Met him, become friends. He didn't really talk a whole lot. Well, he texted me this last November. Well, he had the wrong number. He thought he was texting somebody else. Well, I was like, no, this is Clayton Ferguson. He's like, oh, I thought it was Clayton Lopez. And I was like, no, it's Clayton Ferguson. I was like, hey, I need your number anyway. I want to become a rep. He's like, come on down to Fort Worth. Well, I went on down to Fort Worth a week later, got my repship, and I've been trying to make a hand ever since. And in the words of Gerald Yeager.
Oh, Gerald Yeager does have some great words, but make a hand you have been, you know, so started as a customer and now you're a rep. So, you know, you've been able to see, you know, your rep work for you. What does it mean for you now as a rep to be able to work for your customers the same way that your rep worked for you?
Well, the thing about it is I know how I want to be treated as a customer. The customers I have right now are neighbors that we have in Cotton County. I want to do my best to be able to sell their cattle to the best of my abilities. It's something that works really good for me and my family. Why can't it work for my neighbors too? Why can't I just take care of them as well? And so far, it's working pretty good.
Well, we're glad it's working good. You know, one of the other things that we wanted to talk about was, you know, getting to come out here to these, you know, to these away sales and being able to see these reps that have done it for 30 plus years and being able to learn from them. What does that mean for you? You know, you said you want to travel, but what does it mean to you to be able to come out here and learn from some of the best in the business?
I think it's the most honorable thing you could ever dream of. It's something, like I said, I've been wanting to be a rep for a number of years. I've always wanted to sell cattle. It's a dream come true, to be honest with you. It's something I never thought I'd be able to do, and to learn from the top guys in the industry, I couldn't be any more privileged if you tried. You know, it's the best thing that's ever happened in my life, to be honest with you. And I enjoy every second of it. And like I said, make a hand, that's what I'm trying.
Well, in the words of Jared Yeager, make a hand. And make a hand you have. Clayton, thank you very much for being on this morning. I appreciate you being here. When we return, we'll close the show with world champion auctioneer Ralph Wade.
A new product from Merck Animal Health is Banamine Transdermal. It's a real breakthrough in therapeutic process in that we can now give Banamine to an animal by pouring it on the back. The labeled indications for Banamine Transdermal are for the reduction of pain associated with foot rot in cattle and the reduction of fever associated with respiratory disease. This is the first time in FDA labeling history that we've had a product approved for pain relief. Banamine's been around for a long time as an injectable, so one of the limitations has been is that it's been approved for IV use only. So with Banamine Transdermal, one of the biggest advantages and breakthroughs that this represents is that we have an established withdrawal time for use in food animals, and that's not been the case previous to this. One of the concerns as an industry that we have is staying off the violative residue list, and the flunixin molecule has been high on that list because it's been given inappropriately, usually intramuscular or sub-Q, and so the withdrawal times are very uncertain under those conditions. So we can effectively take flunixin off that list by converting to Banamine transdermal. We know we have an 8-day withdrawal, and we can use that with confidence. You can learn more about Banamine transdermal by going to banaminetd.com. A lot of technical information there for you, or certainly talking with your veterinarian about it is a great way to learn how that might be used in your particular operation.
Welcome back to Superior Sunrise. Now joining me is world champion auctioneer Ralph Wade. Ralph, thanks for being on this morning.
Hey, it's always great to be here. The great state of Colorado, out here on the Front Range, nice and cool, 3 degrees this morning, something like that. We're out jogging. It's great. It's great.
Well, we have a great view of the mountain, and like I was talking about earlier with Mike, this Texas girl sure enjoyed that cool Colorado evening last night that we got to have and enjoy.
Well, after the humidity that we've been used to over the last few weeks, with all the moisture we had, which is good. We've had the moisture, the whirls of hay being put up down in our country, finally drying out, and they're getting a lot of feed put up, and that's a great thing, but we're having to put up with that humidity. I mean, there's just so much moisture in the ground, and every morning, we've almost every morning's foggy, at least a little bit of fog, and of course I live down close to the river, so I maybe get a little more than others, but the humidity, has just been humongous, and so yeah, it's great to get up here in this dry air and cooler weather, and we're enjoying it.
Yes, we are. Well, we were talking earlier about, you've got the grandkids are going to come in. You got some family that lives around here close. They get to come see Nana. Is that, what do they call it? What do they call Nana? Yeah. They got a great Nana, so they're going to come and be up here. And, we always talk about Superior family and enjoying the surroundings. And your family's no different, gets to come out here and watch.
Oh, you bet. And that's what's great about this. And, of course, it's what it was developed for way back when Jim Old and Buddy, were at the helm of Superior. The week in the Rockies, it started out as a weekend in the Rockies and then developed into a week in the Rockies, kind of the history of it. And that's what it's about. It's about customer appreciation. It's about families coming up here. It's the reps bring their families, and when we were up at Steamboat, everybody would go get on the rafts and on the river, and that's what it's about. It's about family, and it's about our family, and it's about the buyers also, because we get a lot of the buyers that come here right out of the state of Colorado, but even from other places, Nebraska and Kansas, that come up, they bring their families, and so it's what it's all about.
Well, good point. We've got lots of family atmosphere, lots for the family to do. We got
a big family.
Well, I know that you have quite the mouthful, so what do we have to look forward to on today's offering?
Yeah, they've kind of, I've got a cheat sheet today because, of the way they've got it broke down, and we wanted you to know, how we're doing it. We got a little over 209,000 cattle. We've got a lot of supplements, which I want to bring that out for tomorrow. That'll be on our yearling sale, so sure get a look at your internet and look at those supplements, because we're going to have a lot of cattle that's on it. I can't tell you exactly how many because they didn't give me the figure this morning, but there is a lot of them that came in on the supplements. So get a look at that. We're going to start out today with the Florida and Alabama weaned calves and calves on cows, and then we'll go to region 3 and 4 of purchase. Now, these will be the purchase calves that are weaned. And then on the South and Central Texas and Louisiana, weaned calves and calves on cows. Then we'll go to the Texas Panhandle, New Mexico, Oklahoma, and Arizona, and sell the weaned calves and calves on cows in those regions. And then we'll go to Kansas and Missouri and sell the weaned calves and calves on cows to wind up the day. So we've got it broke down, and the reasoning for a lot of that is, the different areas and the different calves and whether they're weaned or whether they're on the cows. A lot of people are looking for different things. That way they don't have to sit here all day and watch all of the lots. They can tune in, they can get on the internet, they can see when those lots that they want can sell, and then they can be here for that, because they've got other things going on also.
That's right, and we've got lots of great auction action coming up. We've got a full 5 days of it. Looking forward to that. Looking forward forward to being here with all the Superior family. Ralph, thank you very much for being on this morning. Stay tuned for the auction and then join us right back here tomorrow morning at 7:30 a.m. Mountain Time.
That was Superior.